It's week 6, and it's time for some AFC West football. Las Vegas is looking for their 8th win in the last 12 against Denver. Can the Broncos buck the trend? We'll find out next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The numbers for Williams a week ago, 20 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ashton Davis in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's out right at the 25. A check on the numbers a week ago for Waller. He was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And he will finally be taken out of bounds.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. The 40. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tim Patrick, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Play action. It's Fields. And he will find his man Ruggs. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. On play action, Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Chase Claypool, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Denver's offense now set to go, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is fielded at the 27.
Come on, baby.
Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Waller. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. Off play action, Fields. That's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
At 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Chase Claypool with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, what, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Carlson on for the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Teddy Bridgewater and the Broncos ready to go on offense. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. 2nd and 6. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. Running out of the gun here, Breida. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll hand it off now. Williams. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. To throw is Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. That's caught by Waller out left side. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Flush to his right. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Justin Fields, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people have...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. To try again after the sack. Bridgewater. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On third down, Bridgewater. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this is potentially a nervy situation this close to their own goal line. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception, Fields. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we've reached half due to time constraints. We move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football, because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Fields. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Forced out to his left. Completion here to Claypool. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st down, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught by Brown. That catch good for only a couple. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. De'Ami Brown, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Here's Bridgewater. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he will have the Broncos first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Bridgewater. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And unfortunately, in 2020, in the season opener, Cortland Sutton tore his ACL. But remember, over 1,100 yards in 2019, his future is still awfully bright.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, Breida flashed the stick skills but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
26, Mike. 26, Mike. Nice, sweetheart.
Throwing is Bridgewater. He's got it to Williams. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 17, Bridgewater. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of...
Touchdown, Broncos! Max Williams. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver's offense ready to go again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. From the gun, Bridgewater. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Now Bridgewater. He'll let this go deep for Sutton, and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to have this down deep into Vegas territory. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, Fields. Flushed out right. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Bridgewater. And they get to Bridgewater. Bridgewater taken down in the end zone for a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
That doesn't help indeed. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Off play action, Fields. The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Oh, fighting off the defender. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So now the Broncos offense will come out here as they'll try to add on 2 more. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
20, and they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Another big gain or two in succession as this one goes for 32. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. To throw is Bridgewater. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on touchdown. And that's caught at the 2. Tim Patrick, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Henry Ruggs, 67 yards. And the Raiders have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there. 4 down. Check.
1st down, Bridgewater. And this one is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Gets through, and now an opening. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And this is caught by Williams. Touchdown, Broncos. Max Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. To throw is Fields. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds.
In a spot where most offenses would just be trying to get to the finish line and close this game out, they're still looking for points here in the final minute of this game. I think bonuses could be gained and attained with maybe more points.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's Fields. And it's caught. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling